Hello students, welcome to my channel. There is a information regarding the syllabus for Neet UG 2023. So I request every students to take their textbooks regarding CBSE, NCERT or COBSE so that they can eliminate these topics which are not there for the Neet UG 2023. So you can see here the list of topics for physics, that is for class 11th as well as for class 12th. So the first topic of class 11th is physical world and measurement. Second chapter is kinematics. Third chapter is laws of motion. Fourth chapter is work, energy and power. Fifth chapter is motion of system of particles and rigid body. Sixth chapter is gravitation. Seventh chapter is properties of bulk matter. Eighth chapter is thermodynamics. Ninth chapter is behavior of perfect gas and kinetic theory. 10th chapter is oscillations and waves. And the physics syllabus for class 12th. First chapter is electrostatics. Second chapter is current electricity. Third is magnetic effects of current and magnetism. Fourth is electromagnetic induction and alternating currents. Fifth is electromagnetic waves. Sixth is optics. Seventh is dual nature of matter and radiation. Eighth is atoms and nuclei. Ninth is electronic devices. Next is about chemistry syllabus for class 11th. First topic is some basic concepts of chemistry. Second is structure of atom. Third is classification of elements and periodicity in properties. Fourth is chemical bonding and molecular structure. Fifth is states of matter, gases and liquids. Sixth is thermodynamics. Seventh, equilibrium. Eighth, redox reaction. Ninth, hydrogen. 10th, S block elements, that is alkali and alkaline earth metals. 11th, some P block elements. 12th, organic chemistry, that is some basic principles and techniques. 13th, hydrocarbons. 14th is environmental chemistry. That is a chemistry syllabus for class 12th. First topic is solid state. Second, solutions. Third, electrochemistry. Fourth, chemical kinetics. Fifth, surface chemistry. Sixth, general principles and process of isolation of elements. Seventh, P block. Eighth, D and F block. Ninth, coordination compounds. 10th, haloalkanes and haloarenes. 11th, alcohols, phenols and ethers. 12th, aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. 13th, organic compounds containing nitrogen. 14th, biomolecules. 15th, polymers. And 16th is chemistry in everyday life. Next is biology syllabus for class 12th, 11th. So the topics are: first is diversity in living world. Second, structural organization in animals and plants. Third, cell structure and function. Fourth, plant physiology. Fifth, human physiology. And syllabus for class 12th. First is reproduction. Second, genetics and evolution. Third, biology and human welfare. Fourth, biotechnology and its applications. Fifth, ecology and environment. So now details regarding the subtopics in the contents of class 11th physics syllabus. So the first chapter was physical world and measurement. In that, subtopics are scope and excitement, that is nature of physical laws, physics, technology and society. Need for measurement, units of measurement, system of units, SI units, fundamental and derived units, length, mass and time measurements, accuracy and precision of measuring instruments, errors in measurement and significant figures, and dimensions of physical quantities, dimensional analysis and its applications. Students can mark the syllabus which are not necessary to read, and the time is so less that students cannot cover all the syllabus which are in the textbooks. So read specifically and save the time for the preparation. So second is about units. Second is kinematics. Here in this chapter you have to learn about frame of reference, motion in straight line, position time graph, speed and velocity, uniform and non-uniform motion, average speed, instantaneous velocity, uniformly accelerated motion, velocity time and position time graphs for uniformly accelerated motions, elementary concepts of differentiation and integrations, scalar and vector quantities, and you can see on the screen many are there. Next is scalar and vector products of vectors, motion in a plane, cases of uniform velocity and uniform acceleration, projectile motion, uniform circular motion. In laws of motion, that is unit third, concept of force, inertia, Newton's first law, momentum, and Newton's second law of motion, impulse, Newton's third law of conservation of linear momentum and its applications, equilibrium of concurrent forces, static and kinetic friction, laws of friction, rolling friction, lubrication, dynamics of uniform circular motion, centripetal force, examples of circular motion, for example, vehicle on level circular road, vehicle on banked road, unit 4, that is work, energy and power. In this chapter you have to learn about work done by a constant force and variable forces, kinetic energy, work energy theorem, power, notion of potential energy, the potential energy of a spring, conservative forces, conservation of mechanical energy, non-conservative forces, motion in vertical circle, elastic and inelastic collisions in 1 and 2 dimensions. Unit 5th, motion of system of particles and rigid body, center of mass of two particles, momentum conservation and center of mass motion, center of mass of rigid body, center of mass of uniform rod. And you can see on the screen like topic sum. Next is unit 6, gravitation, Kepler's law of planetary motion, universal law, acceleration due to gravity and its variation with altitude and depth, gravitational potential energy, gravitational potential, escape velocity, orbital velocity of a satellite, and geostationary satellites. Next is unit 7, properties of bulk matter. In this you have to see about stress strain relationship, elastic behavior, Hooke's law, Young's modulus, bulk modulus, shear modulus of rigidity, Poisson's ratio, elastic energy, viscosity, Stokes law, terminal velocity, Reynolds number, heat, temperature, thermal expansion, CV calorimetry, CV calorimetry, change of state, that is latent heat, anomalous expansion, specific heat capacity, heat transfer, and finally Newton's law of cooling and Stephen's law. Once you read this page, next is unit 8, thermodynamics, thermal equilibrium and definition of temperature, 0th law, heat, work and internal energy, first law, isothermal and adiabatic process, second law of thermodynamics, reversible and irreversible processes, heat engine and refrigerators. Unit 9, behavior of perfect gas and kinetic theory. In this, equation of state of a perfect gas, work done on compressing a gas, kinetic theory of gases, assumption, concept of pressure, kinetic energy and temperature, degrees of freedom, law of equipartition of energy. In this equipartition, only statement, and application to specific heat capacities of gases and concept of mean free path, oscillation and waves, that is unit 10, periodic motion, period, frequency, displacement as a function of time, SHM and its equations, phase, oscillation, spring restoring force, force constant, energy in SHM, you can see, and wave motion, longitudinal and transverse waves. In class 12th physics syllabus, electrostatics, you can see here like electric charges and their conservation, Coulomb's law. On the screen you just pause and check the contents and mark in the textbook. Next is current, electricity. In this also electric current, flow of electric charges in metallic conductor, drift velocity, carbon resistors, color code for carbon resistors, internal resistance of a cell, potential difference, EMF, Kirchhoff laws, simple applications, Wheatstone bridge, meter bridge. Just compare it with the textbook contents and mark which are not there for the syllabus. Next is about unit 3rd, magnetic effects of current and magnetism. Just see on the screen. There are Oersted experiment, magnetic field, Biot law, and its application to current carrying circular loop, Ampere's law, and its application to infinitely long straight wire, straight and toroidal solenoids. You can see the screen. Next is electromagnetic induction and alternating currents. Just see on the screen. Otherwise, if I go on reading, the video will take more time. So just see, pause and check yourself. Next, unit 5, electromagnetic waves. You can see some topics: optics, microscope, astronomical telescopes, wave optics, wavefront and Huygens principles, reflection, proof of laws of reflection and refracting using Huygens principle, interference, diffraction due to single slit, width of central maximum, Young's double hole experiment and expression of fringe width, coherent sources, resolving power of microscopes, and so on. Next is dual nature, unit 7, Hertz and Leonard's observations, photoelectric effect, Einstein's photoelectric equation, particle nature of light, matter waves, wave nature of particles, de Broglie relation, Division-Germer experiment, atom and nuclei, alphabetic scattering experiment, Rutherford's model, so on. Electronic devices. In this you have to read energy bands in solids, conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Semiconductor diode, that is IV characteristic in forward and reverse bias. Diode as a rectifier, that is full wave and half wave rectifier. IV characteristics of LED, diode, solar cell and Zener diode. Zener diode as a voltage regulator, junction transistor, so on, and some logic gates, OR and NOT, NAND, NOR, and transistor as a switch. Contents of class 11th syllabus of chemistry. You can see on the screen. Just compare it with the chemistry textbook which you are referring for CBSE, NCERT or so on. Just check it on the screen. Just pause the video and compare it once. Just see. Unit 1 is about regarding some basic of concepts of chemistry. Unit 2 is structure of atoms. Third is classification of elements and periodicity in properties, chemical bonding and molecular structures, states of matter, gases and liquids, thermodynamics. Equilibrium, redox reactions, hydrogen, S block elements, that is alkali and alkaline earth metals. Just see on the screen and observe it. Next is unit 11th one, that is P block, some P block elements, organic chemistry, some basic principles and techniques. 13th hydrocarbons, alkenes, alkynes and aromatic hydrocarbons. 14th is environmental chemistry and class 12 syllabus. First chapter is solid state, second is solutions, third electrochemistry, fourth chemical kinetics, fifth surface chemistry, sixth general principles and process of isolation of elements, 7 P block elements, 8th D and F block elements, coordination compounds, haloalkanes and haloarenes, alcohols, phenols and ethers, aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids, organic compounds containing nitrogen, biomolecules, in that carbohydrates, proteins, hormones, vitamins and nucleic acids, polymers in this classification, chemistry in everyday life, chemicals in medicines, chemicals in food and cleansing agents. Now is about biology, that is class 11 syllabus. So in unit 1 diversity in living world, you have to study this the contents: five kingdoms, silent features and classification of plants and animals, non-chordates, chordates, phyla level and chordate up to classes level. Second unit is structural organisms in animals and plants, morphology and modifications and animal tissues. Unit third is cell structure and functions. In this you have to study about cell theory and cell as a basic unit of life, chemical constituents of living cells and cell division. Unit 4 is plant physiology. In this you have to study chapters like transport in plants, mineral nutrition, photosynthesis, respiration, plant growth and development. Unit 5th is human physiology. In this you have to study digestion and absorption, breathing and respiration, body fluids and circulation, excretory products and their elimination, locomotion and movement, neural control and coordination, chemical coordination and regulation. In this importance is diseases and disorder mentioned above in dealt in brief. Contents of class 12th biology syllabus. First unit is reproduction. In this, reproduction in organisms, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, human reproduction and reproductive health. Unit second is regarding genetics and evolution. In this you have to study about heredity and variation and molecular basis of inheritance. Unit third and evolution. Unit third is biology and human welfare. In this, health and diseases, improvement in food production, microbes in human welfare. Biotechnology and its application is fourth unit. In the principle and process of biotechnology and application of biotechnology in health and agriculture. Unit 5th is ecology and environment. In this, organism and environment, ecosystem, biodiversity and its conservation, environmental issues you have to study.